Good evening. Welcome to 5 Minutes and Cut. I'm Delvin Sadler.
And I'm Knowledge Base KT.
Yes. Welcome again to another wonderful show today. Last week's show was a bang. Straight up bang.
Straight up banger, I tell you, man.
Everybody's talking about that show.
Hitting hard. Hit them in the uppercut.
Straight.
Yes, man, straight.
Yes, so we thank the fans for sending their comments. We thank them for liking, subscribing, and sharing. Keep watching 5 Minutes and Cut. Now we're going to be getting into today's show, but first we want to tell the people the rules to which we operate at. We have 5 questions and we'll answer them in 5 minutes. Also, the topics that we cover on this show are politics, religion, sports, sex and entertainment. Sex and relationship and entertainment. So, you ready for today's shows, buddy?
Well, I'm bored already.
Alright, so let's start up the show. The first question to you, Knowledge Base. Should polygamy be allowed if the person can afford it?
That's an interesting question, Delvin. Polygamy. Well, to define polygamy, it's where a person have multiple wives. In some sense, they can be legal wives or assumed wives. In most cultures, in Africa, some states in North America, particularly Utah, and in most Middle Eastern culture, polygamy is accepted. From North American culture, it's frowned upon. I would say yes. If you can afford to maintain multiple families, then you should have the ability to marry more than one person. However, it's against the law in North America to do such thing. But there are many people who have multiple relationships and they're not legal relationships. They call them cheating. So if you wanted to legalize the situation and formalize the whole arrangement so that people who are financially stable, and in most cases these men or women that are economically well off are people that are driven, and as such they always want more and more and more. So if I have a lot of cash, then I would want a lot of wives, and people go out and try to get these relationships. That's why you have these cheating situations. Men or women of power always try to consume more and more and more, and that is the same situation in physical relationships. And that's why I personally think that maybe we should try to give polygamy a go if the person can afford to do so. Because if you legalize polygamy and you don't have these constraints to ensure that people can afford to have multiple wives, then you'll have people that are on the government system that needs help. So if you can afford to do so, it's against the law in North America, but I would actually support a law like that if people can afford to do so. What do you think?
Polygamy back in ancient times, like real far back, a lot of people practiced that during that time. And what was happening then was the men, mostly men, had more than one wives, and these men were wealthy men, so they had a lot of assets. So they used to use the kids that they reared to help them with the day-to-day operation of the business. So they used to keep the business within the company,
Mhm.
within the family.
Mhm.
So you find that the wives used to get along because everybody used to have their own quarters, and the men would go around to different rooms of this big mansion that they had because they were wealthy men. In nowadays society, because we don't practice that anymore, you find that even though the men desire a woman for sex, you know, they now cheat instead of marrying a concubine. So the desire of man to have more than one wife still exists, or to have more than one woman still exists.
So you yearn for another woman sometimes? Is that what you're saying?
Every man craves that. You know what I mean? Every man desires another woman from time to time. Maybe not you, knowledge base, but
Not I.
not you. But
Yes. From time to time, the urge is there.
the urge is there for every man. So I think it's a practice that, you know, if brought back, might solve a lot of different things, because the society that we're in is getting a lot more open as far as acceptance as another relationship within the relationship. So you have your primary relationship, then you have a secondary relationship within it.
I would ask you, be a spin doctor here for a second. I know we're close to the end of the time here. But what if a woman wanted to have multiple husbands?
I would agree to that as well. I mean, fair is fair. Like, if she is the person that is wealthy and can afford it, not only that, the men agree to this. Power to her. Go ahead.
That's a strong woman, you know.
Yeah, strong woman. That would
Strong
be
woman.
The man would have to be strong too.
Yes, what if it's a
Because
bunch
you
of
couldn't do
mandingos?
that. Yeah.
What if it's a bunch of mandingos? That's a serious situation.
No, but could you like
In
be
that
with a woman that is rich and be one of the men in that relationship?
I'm a boy toy?
No, you are one of her husband.
She'd have to really take care of me.
You know, I don't think you can handle that, you know.
She would have to really take care of me.
So tonight she's with you, and then tomorrow night you know that she's with another man.
Oh, jeez. Oh, dear.
That's 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes. Let's move on to the next question. What's your opinion of the legalization of marijuana and the push for the world to accept this drug?
Well, you know, Delvin, these people nowadays are a bunch of hypocrites. What I say? Hypocrites. Peter Tosh got his head bashed in, okay, for one spliff. Okay, the man went to the United Nations and talked about the legalization of marijuana and the acceptance of this plant, and they basically called him a madman. Okay, he had a song called Legalize It, Don't Criticize It. You have a man, Jacob Miller, said, tired for lick it in a gully, which means tired to smoke it on the down low. So these people now are accepting this plant. It's not a drug, it's a herb. This herb, I don't smoke it or consume it in any way, shape or form, but I accept it and I respect it. The hypocrisy is what I can't stand. They are creating companies these days. They're securitizing these companies. People are buying into this product. Everybody is now saying weed, weed, weed. I want weed. Weed is life. Weed is this. Where were you 30 years ago when people were getting bayonets in their head for this drug? None of you guys who are making money off this drug now ever take a broomstick up the ever take a bayonet up the head. I won't get too explicit. None of you guys took beating for this drug, but now you want to profit from it. Wow. The hypocrisy is what I can't stand. It is a plant, and it's a plant that should be respected. What's your take on it?
You know, brother.
Yes.
You know, you brought up Peter Tosh.
Indeed.
I mean, when you talk about this herb, you brought up the right person.
Yes, indeed.
It only leaves me to refer back to Peter Tosh to say what I feel. And it's, oh, bomber clot, oh, Ross clot, blood clot. Tell you, this is how I feel about the situation, you know what I mean? Sorry for those who are religiously inclined, but that's the illustration that you have to use to really do this. Hypocrisy at its best. So many people been to jail for this plant. So many people died from this plant. So many people face police brutality from this plant. Now, because the Western world now say, quote unquote, it is a medicine, it is now accepted to now profit from?
In fact, reparation for all these people that have been brutalized. Reparation for the people that were put down. We need to have a truth and reconciliation committee for this drug and the people that were affected and disenfranchised and put down because of this drug. People were alienated. People were ostracized. But now it is wonderful because you can make money from it. So it's the last frontier. You've prostituted everything on earth, and now you've found out that this drug is sacred. Hypocrisy.
How could something that was supposed to be bad is now so
good?
How can you explain that to the
What a conundrum.
I don't consume marijuana. I'm not an advocate for it either. But when you look deep into it, it's sheer hypocrisy. And so many of our people are in prison to this day for that drug or herb. But now pockets are getting rich from it. How much money do you think Jamaicans will make from this?
The regular Jamaican, the person, the Rasta man that has his little farm, $0. In fact, if the Rasta man, if you're so bright to start your farm again, they come and chop down everything and chop you at the same time too. If you don't have a university degree and can buy the license to grow this herb, to hell with you. That's what the government says. But you are the one who fought for the drug. You are the one who take the beating for this drug. But because you don't talk nice and look presentable in the eyes of the government, you shouldn't benefit from it. Shameful.
It's a shameful situation. I hope that this will help Jamaica a lot. But it seems as if they're slow to react. On to the next question. You know, Knowledge Base, this is our third question. And you just mentioned reparation. So now we're going to talk about reparation. Is reparation still needed in North and South America today?
You know, Delvin, this is a tough one. And economically speaking, I don't think it makes sense. Not the countries of North and South America, we know the bloody history already. We don't have to ventilate it. We know how most of these North American and South American countries enrich themselves and why they are countries today.
I don't mean to cut you off, Knowledge Base, but just let me explain a little bit more. For those who don't know what reparation is,
people who don't know
it's to right wrongs.
Yes.
You see what I mean? It could be monetary or in some other way. Alright, continue.
So, as it relates to that, it's the people in North America, people of the darker hue mostly, and the native peoples of these lands that have been exploited and have been taken advantage of and has been disenfranchised. With that said, this is 2017. We can't go backwards over 200 years to right a wrong. Yes, it's hard coming from me, but what you can do is even the playing field. And I don't mean to throw, as I said, throw some corn at people and you eat it up, and then if you throw some corn, you say, I've given you everything I've got. Well, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you people? You always want something. You always want more and more and more. I don't want anything from you, sir. Good sir, I do not want anything from you. Nor anybody else that look like me should want anything from you. All I want is an opportunity to better myself and to better my family. The laws that govern the society, if these laws are holding me back, you need to change them. All the economic opportunity that is available to everyone else should be available to me. All the educational opportunity that are available to everyone else should be available to me and everybody else. That's all we need. Their reparation, to me, is a farce, and anybody who wants that is a lazy bum. What you need to do is work for what you want. But if there are obstacles out there that hinder you from becoming someone, those are what needs to be removed. I do not want reparation. I don't think reparation is a good idea. What it would actually bring back the society and then create the same thing that we're trying to get away from, the division. We do not want a division. There has been wrongs, yes, there has been wrongs, but what should we have? A revolution? Is that what you want? You want blood in the street? No, that's not going to happen. We need to unite and we need to move forward as one people. When I say one people, you know what I mean. I don't deal with shades. I deal with human beings. Okay? Human beings. So that's why I would not subscribe to the reparation. But any barriers that hold back human beings need to be removed and eradicated so that everyone, if you are able-bodied, or even if you're not able-bodied, if you're willing to work, you can succeed. There shouldn't be any human obstacles to stop you. And that's what I want. What do you want, Delvin?
You know, knowledge base, you know me quite well, right?
Yes.
You know I'm pretty diverse with the people that surrounds me.
Yes.
I've got black friends, white friends, Chinese friends, all kinds of friends.
Friendly.
Yes, I mean, and we're comfortable with our friendship.
Mm-hmm.
That's how much we have grown together as human beings. I mean, why would I want to look back? You know what I mean? I mean, I have not even thought about the Forgiveness Act, but rather than look at people for who they are. People. I don't need to be paid for something that's already done. People that have paid that price already for us. Money. What would you do with this money if reparation was given?
And who would get the money?
Who would get the money? Like, there would be like organization fighting, in my opinion.
It would be a legal quagmire. It would be a legal quagmire.
And the normal person wouldn't even have a stake in it. I say reparation in this sense would be motivation. The motivation for the least, those who are less challenged and can afford things. You know, I would go and say, you know what? You know, those who were neglected, we will neglect no more. Or they don't call them natives anymore, or indigenous people. Listen, raise them up. Put them on par with everybody else. Those people who are sick, challenged, give them job in the workforce like everybody else.
Delvin, what I don't want is, I don't want an affirmative action.
No.
And it sounds like you're saying affirmative.
No, I'm not saying affirmative action, but
I want
on their merits
equal playing field. An equal playing field where a man or woman apply for a job. It shouldn't be because your cousin or because you don't like him, he looks too black, his lip is darky, he doesn't get the job. If the man has the neurons to do the job, give the man the job. Or if he doesn't fit your social club profile, no, that should be done away with. If the man can do the job, you give the man the job.
Yeah, I'm saying where the reparation will come in is that, you know, funds will be put aside for the educational upbringing of these less fortunate. That's what I think.
What I'm saying is that you don't even have to do that. You just make it, you create an incentive for these people to go to school.
Yes, but what I'm saying to you is that some people have great educational background as far as grasping what it is. But to say that it's okay for them to go to a regular college, but to go like to an Ivy school and all of that, they can't afford it. This is where the reparation will come and says, well, you meet the grades, you have the IQ,
money
you have
shouldn't be
everything. No, here's the money.
I get what you're saying.
This is where I'm saying that where reparation would come in to help broad-based communities to uplift them up where that is concerned. That is what I call true
So
reparation.
you're saying that the Rockefellers won't be the only people that go to Yale and Princeton and all
of course.
these places?
Yes. And not only that in life, as far as, you know what, this business is striving, but you know what, they just need the little hump to get it over with. Pump them up a little bit. You see what I mean? That's my idea of reparation. You see what I mean? So reparation is what it is. But we are people, we're beyond that now. On to the next question. Alright, knowledge base. This is the fourth question we have.
Indeed.
Alright, the Keystone pipeline. Is there an economic benefit or an environmental disaster?
That's a double-barrel question, Delvin. But let's first define this Keystone pipeline. So basically it's a pipeline, literally, that is being built from southern Alberta through the United States Midwest down into the Gulf of Mexico. It's a transport oils and the byproduct, the gas. It makes sense to do it. These environmentalists out there, they try to block everything they can block, right? We have alternative energy such as wind and all these things, but we don't have a battery to actually hold this power that is harnessed from the wind. The solar energy, you'd have to have solar panel that cover the earth for us to get enough energy. And again, at night, what do? We don't have a source to store this energy. So yes, it's good to save the planet and yada. But the most efficient and optimal energy source we have today is oil and natural gas. It is what it is. It's right there. It's like turning on the tap. It's there available for us to use. So as it relates to the Keystone pipeline, it will be an economic engine for North America, both Canada and the US, and all the spin-off job that this pipeline will create will be astronomical. And over time, we'll just achieve economy of scale where it gets cheaper and cheaper to produce these gas and oil. And basically what we'll do is over time, we'll gain energy independence from the Middle East, which would eradicate some of these geopolitical situations that we now face today. So the question is it economic benefit? Yes, it is. Is there a propensity to create environmental ills? Yes, there is, but we can minimize that. Plus, today, the way we actually push oil and gas around the world is through the rail and then to ships. The possibility of having an accident on rail is far more greater than to have the oil running through a pipeline. So I am for the Keystone pipeline.
You know, knowledge base, if you ask the left, you know, all of them would disagree. Do you know why they would disagree? It's not because it's not a great idea, you know. It's because their money is tied up elsewhere.
And I know, I
you know what I mean?
Want to say it.
Yeah, they've got their money invested in wind, solar energy. Yes. You see what I mean? And this is what they push. That is why your electricity bill is so high, because they make it high, so you choose alternative energy, which is their energy. This is why gas price right? This is why gas price, they don't want to have nothing where that is concerned. You see, so they create their electric cars. So this is what they have their money tied up into. So it's an hypocrisy to say, you know what? In North America, we have the resources to push oil right across North America without relying on the Gulf states for oil. So we wouldn't need to have to go over there to fight wars in order to, wrestle for control of this oil when we have our own oil here. So I'm in agreement for it. Jobs will be created because of it. The economic side of it, I don't know. Because they're in pipes. Pipes can burst. How much pressure is going to come from these pipes for them to be burst? But I'm sure scientists must have done some research on the pipes to say that these are good pipes that can be used. But just like you'd have a spill with Exxon Valdez and all of these things, I think it's the same risk. And I think if these companies can remain in business because of that, so can the pipeline. The pipeline should go through. It should go through. It will only benefit us. It will only create jobs. It will only make our lifestyle a lot better. That's just my opinion. What do you think?
I 2000% agree with you.
Yes, and we will not always disagree. Most of the time you notice that we agree because we agree on the right things. So, people, push for the pipeline. On to the next question. Knowledge base. This is the last question for today. And it's a pretty long question. Alright? Do you remember that guy that got his face bust up on the plane? Yeah. You heard about it, eh?
I saw it on TV.
Alright, I'm going to tell you about it. The United Airlines customer that got assaulted by the security for not giving up his seat on the plane. His face got bloodied by the security personnel. The airline apologizes for the incident. However, no one lost their job as a result of this incident. What do you think of it?
It's a farce.
It's a farce, eh?
Yeah, it's a complete joke. Yeah. Basically, you buy a ticket to go on a plane. You didn't buy the ticket with the anticipation that you're on standby or there's a possibility you might lose your seat. People have lives. The reason why I buy a ticket is because I want to get from destination A to destination B. If it is the airline's policy, which I don't think anybody in the world knew that was a policy. If anybody out there knew it was a policy, you're a liar. Complete liar. With that said, the airline, it's like they damn if they do, they damn if they don't. First of all, if you did not know that someone will need the seat, then it shows that you're inefficient and don't know what you're doing with respect to how you run your business. So there's no reason why you should need someone to give up their own seat to get this employee to another destination. That's step one. Step two, the way you're going about disembarking someone from the plane by forcefully taking someone out their seat, that man, you're like the meekest man in the world. Because if that was me on that plane with those security guys, a finger will be lost. I'm telling you, it's not a threat. I'm just telling you that if I tell you directly, sir, do not put your hands on me, the Rottweiler will come out in me.
Okay, knowledge base, I'm going to cut you off for a second here because you know I don't tolerate violence.
It's not violence, it's self-defense.
Knowledge base, let me finish.
Self-defense, I gave you forewarning. Hold on, you hold on. Because you're painting me the wrong picture here. People out there, I said to this gentleman, please refrain from touching me. You can speak all you want. In fact, your spit can touch me. Do not touch me. The Rottweiler will come out. I told you. I gave you forewarning. Go ahead, sir. I am not violent. He's the one who assaulted me.
Alright, knowledge base.
Yes.
Let's get back to the incident, right?
Yes.
So, wouldn't it be more like appropriate for you to just get up and comply?
Sometimes you have to stand up for your rights, people. Sometimes you have to stand up for your rights. Yes, might cannot beat right. And sometimes these people try to use their little sweet talks and try to manipulate you. Sometimes you have to stand up. See? I didn't land at Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on me. Sometimes you have to stand up for your rights, people. You know? So, might cannot beat right.
So you own the seat in the plane?
At that particular time, yes.
No, you don't own it.
What do you mean I don't own the seat?
No.
Hold on. You hold on. I spent money, good monies that I earned. This man is a doctor. You know much sore foot and all these things this man have to look at just to earn a living. You know much people he has to put on latex glove and look in their ears and all sort of things. The man don't want to do that. And all the man want to do is to get home to go to his very job. And you're going to tell him he must disembark from the plane that he has. Sir, you did the right thing. Stand up, let them take you out. The only thing I don't like about it, you're too meek.
Okay, knowledge base.
Yes.
I mean, maybe the airline had an alternative plan for the man.
You should have tell that to him. Why you call security to battle bruise him?
How do you know that was not coming?
No, because they escalated directly to the armed forces. People with weapons of mass destruction and burst up the man's face.
No.
That is not right.
That was after.
No. I saw.
He refused to leave the plane.
Yes, and that's the right thing. Refuse, of course.
No, so I mean, like.
Why me?
No.
That's what he should say. Why me? 120 people on the plane. Why me? Why me? You explain that to me.
Alright, knowledge base. Alright.
Yes.
Let me come from it from the perspective of security. We must comply with security. If security,
not in all cases.
Come on, knowledge base.
Go ahead, finish.
If the security comes onto the plane and said, gentlemen, you have to leave the plane at the request of the stewardess or the airline, then you take up your bag and you leave the plane. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that, but in that case it wasn't a security threat or something with respect to something that I have done or something that I brought on the plane.
No, but he was bumped from the plane.
Based on what reason?
According to what when he purchased the ticket, in the fine print, which he never read as a doctor,
yes,
it states that at any given time you can be bumped from your seat.
For what reason?
If that was shown to him and communicated to him and he was asked to leave the plane, he should leave the plane.
Listen, man, United Airlines is fighting from a position that is very, very low. They're on a very low ground trying to fight this thing. And the more you fight it, the more embarrassing it gets. So what I am saying to you and to the United Airlines and to everybody that think in that draconian way, because you write something in some fine print, we must comply. Comply my ass. Listen, I bought my ticket, I expect to get service. It's called customer service. If I bought something, I expect to be served. What you're saying is that you can serve me based on what you feel like? Or because of your inefficiencies and your stupidity and your lack of efficiency how you run your business?
Okay.
Or it's because you don't know what you're doing with respect to how you schedule your employees to get to destination X. So I must comply with your business lack of I guess supervision. Is that what you're saying to me?
For a doctor, he was very ignorant in my opinion.
Ignorant? I think he was meek.
For a doctor, he should have complied. Like
he said, and he did the right thing. You're a person who believes in non-violence.
Yes.
The man sit and they physically pull him out the seat.
Well, that I don't agree with as far
as... And they took his face and slam it in the side of the chair.
I don't agree with the fact that he was brutalized. I thought that I saw more than 3 security personnel. So it should have been easy for them to put him in a secured position.
And you know how securities are. And every police can attest to this. Police, call in and write. If you have a suspect that you're chasing and this man is a Usain Bolt. Now when you hold him, you give him a few punches. Police don't lie to me. Every police that I have seen, I've seen the footages, plus I've seen some live one. A friend of mine, you can attest to this. I'm not going to even call your name and put you on blast. But police running down already. They chase after you and they actually punch you up. And what did they tell you when they were punching you up? You let me run too long. See? So what I'm trying to say to you is that because you deem that this man was belligerent, these security are supposed to batter bruise him.
I never said that. I said
look at the man's face.
I don't agree with the brutality.
Yes.
However, I am in agreement with law and order.
I am too.
And if for some reason, based on the fine prints, he was out of line in not complying, I believe that the security should have been called in and he be removed from the plane because he did not want to willingly go. However, the method to which that they used to take him off the plane, I don't comply with that because that's violence again, and we don't believe in violence. With that said, I hope that the situation can be dealt with properly next time, compliant with the rules and regulations, and the security aspect of it is done in a more orderly fashion.
Or make sure everybody have a seat on the damn plane. As simple as that. Everybody should have a seat, and if you have people that are moving, employees that are moving from one city to the next, you create proper schedule and have proper coverages so that these people get to where they need to get to. Shame on you, airline people.
Or don't overbook the plane. Simple. Thank you very much. Okay, Knowledge Base. Today was a different kind of a show, but
it is quite different.
Yes, but we enjoy doing it because we only are here to talk about the issues that are current, past, or even in the past. So it was pretty broad-based, you would say.
Yeah, it is what it is. We try to entertain and educate.
That's why we're here. So what do you have to say to the people?
Well, we want you to like, subscribe, share. We want you to take this channel to the world. As I said before, tell it to your side chick, tell it to your matey, tell it to your boyfriend, tell it to your girlfriend, tell it to your girlfriend, your mother, sister, cousin, brother, auntie.
Wow, that's a lot. Just keep watching from week to week. We post on Sunday evenings, so you can put it on your timer and put it on your schedule. That 5 minutes and cut shouldn't be missed. Until next week, peace out.